Hello, lovelies. So, this morning we have Seasons of the Witch Historical. No, Stara Oracle. If I can read that as two words. Um, I was asking for a card and I got five. So, I decided to check out the book for what spreads were available because clearly this needs to come through. And the first one I came across was Spring Cleaning Spread. So, here use this spread to see what parts of your life are stagnant and how you can clear away the cobwebs for vitality. So we're going to go through cards 1 through 5. I have made some notes to try and keep this as um, short as possible. We'll see how that goes. So here we will begin with card number 1. So, first card is what part of your life is stagnant or blocked? And we have the spring equinox. So equinox literally means equal night and day, equal light and dark. So what this feels like is not it's not that there's a failure of any kind. There's an indecision. There's this tug of war between two paths. It resonates for me. It's like channeling that two of swords kind of energy. So two equally sharp swords, two equally valid options. But the stagnancy is coming from trying to make them both equal at the same time. It's trying to live in spring while you're still in winter, right? You're trying to harvest things, but you're still rooting, you're still growing. So there's this subtle energy of, I should be further ahead by now. And that's the block, right? There's this, you may be balancing like work, personal life, yourself in a partnership, security, expansion, old identity, and emerging identity. There's these two different versions, right? And the message here is spring can't fully arrive while winter still has its hold. That doesn't mean that winter is bad, it has its purpose. You can walk both paths in your life, just not at the same time or with the same intensity. So, sometime one goal needs to rest so another can bloom. And that's not giving up, it's seasonal wisdom, right? And now we move into, so as far as like when it comes to what's stagnating, it's just this lack of choosing, this lack of choice, this trying to see, well, I shoulda, woulda, coulda, and now I can't. So it's causing this tug of war. The second card asks, what action can you take to clear away the dust? And we have germination. So this card is just this warm yes. Yes, you can do it. Yes, you have everything you need. It says your winter cycle is ending. Your ice is melting, the sun is warming you up. It's safe to come out again. It's safe to be seen. But sprouting is not blooming, right? You don't get to skip from seed to flower. This is where the back and forth is causing a problem, right? This is the recognition here. This, how can you clear away dust and cobwebs that's stopping you? It's leaving, you're leaving the planning phase, allowing yourself to be seen, trusting that you are enough the way you exist right now. You already have enough experience, you already have enough talent, you already have enough drive, and you already have enough value. You bring enough value. It's not to be the fully bloomed version yet. You can't just skip that part. It's to begin the emerging. It's to begin that acting like that version of you you're becoming. And it's the shadow side of this card is trying to reach too far too fast, right? You're trying to bloom without having spread out enough roots. So that's important because when we feel behind, we try to overcorrect. We try to leap seasons, but a flower that pushes too fast without roots won't hold. So this card says break through, reach for the sun, but stay mindful of your roots. So card number 3 comes in. Now this one asks, how do you renew or breathe fresh air into this area? And we have the flower wand. This is deep energetic clearing. Not because someone is sending you negativity, but because you're still carrying outdated identities. Maybe you're still identifying with, I'm not ready. Maybe you're replaying all your old mistakes of what you did before and how it went wrong, or you're reliving past seasons where um, they were meant to teach you, right? They weren't meant to define who you are. They were meant to teach you where you're going. All seasons serve a purpose, but you don't have to keep carrying the dead leaves from last year. Spring still smells like decay before it smells like blooms, right? You've got to still navigate through it. If you've ever walked in the woods this time of year during the spring, you know that smell, right? That wet earth, rot, thawing ground smell. Spring is beautiful. It brings all the flowers, but it doesn't start off that way. It's got to clean out the rest. It's got to clean out what released and died from the season before it. Fall and winter created this death and sleep phase. This it allowed for things to die away in order to consider them, regroup on them, renew what we do want and what we don't, plan for what's next. And now that we're moving into spring, it's allowing that last little bit to shed off before we start to bloom. We have to allow for that to come through. It's messy, but from that mess, it feeds the rest of the year. From the rotting of last year's foliage, it nourishes the new growth that's coming through. So instead of just accepting where you are, embrace it. Embrace the fact that you're feeding yourself now. You're going to feed as you navigate this liminal space. You went from not even knowing how to work with the clay to actively molding something, right? It's a new skill that got the idea of pursuing in the fall and winter. Now you're able to start, but you're not going to be an expert overnight. So let that grow. Let the old identity just be what you need to nourish your new one. Raise your vibration not by pretending, but by releasing what no longer serves. Now, the fourth card we have is what action encourages further growth and expansion? And we have Sacred Circle. Now, this is remembering that growth is cyclical. The wheel of the year keeps turning. Just had to pause there for the dog to drink. Yeah, the wheel doesn't stop, right? There's no true beginning and no end. Seasons come and go. There'll always be another winter, there'll always be another spring, another expansion, another contraction. But each time you return deeper. There's this card, Cat's confirming, that this card talks about fully closing one door before opening the other. It's not half closing it, it's not lingering. It's if something is ending, a mindset, a relationship, a goal, a version of you, if those are fading away, close it completely, let it go. It's okay. It's not going to diminish who you're becoming because disruptions are temporary. Sometimes a pause isn't a failure, it's the space needed to finish one chapter before stepping into the next. And this is that pause. If you're seeking clarity or purpose, this card invites you to walk a path different from what you've known. Not because the old one was wrong, but because evolution demands depth. And if this resonates, you'll understand that as you learn more about yourself and your what feeds you, those things change. Then it's a matter of just letting go of what was, and that's okay. Now, the final card. How do you maintain lighter, more vibrant energy moving forward? And we have the pink moon. This is about inner reflection, establishing new neural pathways. This is about your thoughts and your words. Your tongue will illuminate the spaces within your thoughts that need evolving, is how the book puts it. So it's how you speak to yourself, right? You're capable of remarkable achievements, but you're not going to achieve it if your internal dialogue is rooted in I'm behind, I'm stuck, I'm not good enough, I'm whatever. You have to reroute your consciousness. You have to consciously create new beliefs. So you say things that when those thoughts come through, it's a matter of acknowledging them, allowing them, but then reframing them. I am worthy of love and happiness. I deserve the good things that come into my life. I trust in my ability to grow stronger through challenges. I choose to focus on the present. I am supported and I am guided. You don't pretend every season is comfortable. You don't have to. Winter's cold, summer's intense, fall is surrounded by endings, and spring is muddy and gross. But each one carries beauty. You're not here to skip seasons. You're here to live them fully. And if this reading does resonate, it's because you're in that in-between space. You're no longer who you were. You're not fully who you're becoming. That's that space. It's sacred. Clear the cobwebs. Choose your season. Root before you bloom, and trust that the wheel will keep turning.